Let's get one thing straight. You ever watch a movie and get that weird gut feeling like something is off, but you just can't figure out what? Then you watch it again, and bam, the red flags were there the whole time. That's the exact energy people are now channeling when they look back on Meghan Markle's whirlwind entry into the royal family. Because let's be real, this wasn't your average Hollywood starlet falling for a prince and riding off into the fairy tale sunset. Oh no, darling, this is starting to look more like a slow burn psychological thriller. And honey, Meghan wasn't just playing a part, she might have been directing the whole damn thing. And now, boom, a bombshell straight out of the palace corridors, like full on nuclear. Word on the royal street is that Prince William, yes, the future king himself, has been telling close confidants that Meghan Markle wanted him, as in she wanted to sleep with him, not Harry, not the spare him. Let that sink in. This wasn't a press leak or an explosive interview. It was supposedly whispered behind closed doors, a raw confession to a few trusted people, and now it's out. And if it's real, this flips the entire royal feud on its head. We're no longer talking about protocol breaches and drama with the press. We're talking about betrayal, about blurred lines, about a potential love triangle that slices right through the House of Windsor like a dagger through silk. And here's the wildest part. Some people now say the signs were always there. They just didn't notice it the first time around. Let's rewind. Before Meghan ever batted her lashes at Prince Harry, she was already neck deep in royal fascination. This wasn't a casual interest in the monarchy. Friends from her past are now whispering she was obsessed. She knew the rankings, the royal dynamics, the power players, and at the very top of that regal pyramid, Prince William, the golden boy, polished, poised, already being groomed for the throne. A real catch. According to insiders who knew Meghan way back when, William checked every box. Powerful, respected, untouchable, king material. And Meghan? She wasn't just dreaming about castles and crowns. They say she had a checklist, strategic, calculated, and William fit the blueprint. So what if Harry wasn't plan A? What if the Meghan-Harry romance wasn't a love story, but a pivot? Think about it. If William ever caught a weird vibe from Meghan, like an extra compliment, a lingering stare, maybe a suggestive tone, it would explain so much, especially if he brought it up to Kate. And if Kate felt it too, baby, that explains the chilly glances, the standoffish vibes, the behind-the-scenes frost between the two duchesses. It was never just about Meghan being American or modern or breaking tradition. It might have been personal, real personal. Now, imagine being in Harry's shoes. Your brother, the guy you grew up idolizing, drops a bomb like your wife might have wanted me first. What do you even do with that? Laugh it off? Call him jealous? Or does your mind start racing through every flashback, every early conversation, every lingering look? That kind of revelation, it doesn't just sting, it shatters everything. And if William did really say it, then the aftermath makes so much sense. Harry and William, done. They barely spoke. Meghan and Kate, not even pretending anymore. Public appearances turned into silent battlegrounds. The tabloids tried to explain it away. Culture clash, media stress, blah, blah, blah. But behind palace walls, it was war. The real war. The one they never talked about. Until now. And let's be honest. If William actually said those 7 words, she wanted to sleep with me, he must have snapped. Because William is not the type to spill messy secrets. He's the buttoned up, press approved, never slip prince. For him to say something that raw, that explosive, it means he'd been holding it in for a long time. And now, the whole house of cards is shaking. But here's the twist. Meghan, completely silent. Which is wild. Because Meghan doesn't hold back. She claps back. She speaks out. She took on the British press, the crown, the entire royal media machine. But this, radio silence. Either she's planning her next move or she's letting the silence speak for her. Either way, the suspense is killing everyone and the internet is spiraling. Was Meghan's royal romance really about love? Or was it a calculated power play? Did she settle for Harry after William didn't bite? The questions are everywhere and they're only getting louder. Because the truth is, it was never just about tiaras and photo ops. It was about ambition, proximity to power, and navigating the most complicated family on earth. And according to royal insiders, the palace felt it early on. So let's dive into the royal halls, where whispers are currency and every side glance says more than a press release ever could. But no matter what side you're on, this much is clear. That rumor, William's whispered confession, blew open a wound that could never heal. Whether it was true, twisted, or totally misunderstood, it became a turning point. And the quiet MVP in all this, Kate Middleton. She never gave interviews, never spoke out, never leaked a thing. But her silence, loud, deafening, and powerful. She stood by William, calm and controlled, while the drama swirled around them. Every headline, every snub, every public snarl, she handled it with royal grace. But behind the calm, she saw it all. She saw the lingering looks, the whispered rumors, the family unraveling, and instead of throwing punches, she stood still, unshaken. Now Meghan and Harry are gone, physically removed, thousands of miles away in California, but the shadow they left behind, still hanging over Kensington like a ghost, that won't leave. And now that this claim is out, the one about William and Meghan, the tension is back and hotter than ever. And get this, people are starting to look back at Meghan's early Hollywood days, former friends, acting peers. They're saying Meghan always had this aura, like she wasn't meant to be a side character in anyone's story, like she was rehearsing for something bigger than the red carpet. And when you stitch those pieces together, the obsession with royalty, the quick courtship, the whirlwind wedding, the media mastery, the global interviews, the drama, the fallout, it doesn't look random anymore. It looks like the plot. And now, after everything, the one thing Meghan has not done is deny that William claim. Not one tweet, not one interview, not even a sly PR comment. And for someone who's fought back against everything else, that silence is shaking the room, and people are asking why? Why now? Why quiet? Why not slam this as a lie? Is she biding her time, prepping a comeback, or is there nothing to deny? Either way, the next move belongs to Meghan. And trust me, everyone's watching. So now we've got this image burned into royal history. Prince William, Mr. Duty First, the future King of England, allegedly telling someone she wanted to sleep with me. And if you think that's just some casual throwaway line, think again. That kind of emotional bomb doesn't just explode. It leaves a crater, and maybe that's exactly what happened. Because after that alleged moment, Harry wasn't the same. He became harder, more defensive, less interested in peace, more loyal than ever to Meghan, as if to say, if everyone's against her, then I'll be her army. He didn't try to make amends. He didn't bridge the gap. He cut the cord. And suddenly, the infamous Megxit wasn't just a bold love story. It felt like an escape route from royal betrayal. The palace, of course, never acknowledged the cracks. They smiled for the cameras, posed in perfect formation, but those inside the walls knew this wasn't just a feud. It was a deep, irreversible fracture. And William, the stoic prince, who'd always been the glue of the monarchy, he was done holding it together. And Kate, oh Kate, she just kept walking through the storm. She didn't flinch, didn't speak, but people watched her carefully. Every quiet glance, every distant step near Meghan, every cold nod at public events. And now, in hindsight, everyone's realizing she knew. Maybe not the full story, but she felt something long before we did, and now the world is watching the royals with new eyes. Because Meghan's silence over the William claim, it's deafening. This is the woman who sued tabloids, who clapped back at racism, who called out a 1,000-year-old institution on primetime TV, and yet when this monster rumor drops, nothing, and that nothing is loud. And the public, oh, they've gone full detective mode. Suddenly, every photo, every balcony wave, every wedding day smirk is being reanalyzed under a microscope. Did William avoid eye contact? Was Kate's smile fake? Did Harry always look a little unsure? It's like the entire royal fairy tale is being played backwards in slow motion, frame by frame, and all anyone wants to know is, was it all a lie? And now, brace yourself for this. Some royal watchers believe that Meghan had her plan long before she even met Harry, that she studied the royals like a role, that she knew who she needed to charm, who she had to reach, and where to enter the game. One former Hollywood associate said, Meghan didn't dream of being a princess, she strategized it. And when you look at the timeline, it fits. She moved fast. Harry and Meghan's relationship went from secret dates to global headlines in months. Engagement, wedding, palace life, all in record time, and she wasn't shy about the spotlight either. Interviews, documentaries, public speeches, A-list friends, Oprah. Meghan didn't just join the royal family, she rewrote the playbook. But all that spotlight came with shadows, rumors of tension with staff, tears at fittings, drama behind closed doors, and at the heart of it, that quiet growing chill between her and Kate and her and William. And now everything's starting to click. That infamous Oprah interview, the Netflix series, the memoirs. They painted the palace as cold, cruel, racist, and maybe there's truth there, but the one piece never touched in those tell-alls, this. The possibility that before Harry, there was William. Maybe that omission was strategic, maybe it was too messy, or maybe it hit too close to home. And now that the rumor's out, everyone's asking, why didn't Meghan deny it? Because if it were false, wouldn't she have shut it down immediately, gone on camera, posted on Instagram, called it disgusting? But she hasn't, and that silence is twisting the knife. Meanwhile, William and Kate keep doing what they do best, grin and bear it, attend royal events, cut ribbons, shake hands, but it's different now. Now, every photo of Kate looks like strength. Every quiet moment between her and William feels like the result of a storm they survived behind palace doors. And William, he's no longer just the reserved prince with the perfect family. Now he's the man who maybe, just maybe, got caught in a love triangle that almost destroyed the crown. And Harry, he's isolated. He's far from the palace, far from his brother, caught in this emotional no man's land between his past and his future, between the woman he defends with his whole soul and the brother he once trusted more than anyone on earth. If he believes the rumor, he's crushed. If he doesn't believe it, he's still torn. Because that sentence, "she wanted to sleep with me," doesn't just break trust, it kills it. And the royal family? Oh, they'll never address it. Not directly. They'll keep waving from balconies and cutting ribbons and pretending everything's peachy. But behind the scenes, this family is changed permanently. This isn't a crack in the crown. This is a full-blown royal fault line. Too much has been said, too many secrets kept, too much silence weaponized. And now the people, they're over the fairy tale. They don't want happily ever afters. They want the messy middle, the breakdowns, the truth. And this rumor, it handed them the truth on a royal silver platter. And Meghan, her next move could change everything. Will she finally speak? Will she do another bombshell sit down, a legal statement, an Instagram story? Or maybe she'll do what she's doing now. Absolutely nothing. Whatever her move is, it'll be watched like a hawk, because if there's one thing Meghan Markle knows how to do, it's control the narrative. And this time, the stakes have never been higher. Final note, that one whispered sentence, those 7 explosive words, "she wanted to sleep with me," might just be the moment that rewrote royal history forever. And the crown, it may never shine the same again.